Welcome everybody to ChopShop TV. We're at Texas tonight. If you haven't noticed the racetrack, it's going to be a great race today. We got a great field here as we are under qualifying right now. Cameron Dario's on the racetrack. We're following Cameron. He's switched numbers, number 3, running the Christopher Bell paint scheme. I think we've left Nolans behind. Cameron here, running his first lap, and you see the leaderboard right there, getting to the top. Ross just slightly off everybody else. Digging at it, bigger, very important to see what Cameron gets. Dario in 9th, he's going to continue to push. And the RFK machine coming off, 3rd, 4th. We were partners up. This is his come around. Doesn't look like any change for him. We'll go to James Pierce on our road racing series this past Wednesday. Pearson 10th. See Bigger on the racetrack there. I think he's just turning some laps. At it. Let's see what he gets coming down across. See the trial oval. Gets real tight in the trial oval. Yeah, looks like Bigger's just turning some laps. He's back stretch. See him there. Gotta fix the sponsor ticker there. Caffrey to the top of the leaderboard, edging out Day. Good run for him. There's Delgado on the off of just before turn 4. Pierce turning from laps. Caffrey, right now your pole sitter. Just a few seconds, a handful of seconds to go. Caffrey burning it down here, getting ready for a pole position. Caffrey just turning some laps. It's everybody's lap time. We're going to get ready for the grid here. Caffrey's going to take the pole.
Battery low.
See everybody on the grid. Caffrey, your pole sitter. Day, Ross, Hammond, Stryker, Dario, Bigger, Delgado. You see them there now. Top 10. Get ready for everybody to come on the grid. Not moving there at the top of that track map.
Low.
There goes number 17. Oh, we got these guys pulling off. Getting ready. Pace car is off. Caffrey's leading them to the green flag. Barney's waving the flag. We're green here at Texas. Down the first corner here. It's a very wide corner, but way up the track where Cameron is right now. Kid working with fresh tires as don't think it'll work. We'll see how these guys do. Scaffer gets a good jump. Dave falls through, goes around John Ross. Drone cannon action here. Bigger here in the 19. A little drift up to the 8. That's John Hammond in a 4. Look at that. Owning the winner's team. John Hammond decides to run the winner's car. And we see these guys battle back here. Cameron Wade utilizing the high line with the tractor. See how these guys do with the tire management. We'll see the effects of Cameron still waved the track and almost in that third move there. Striker, you see that dark mark on the bottom of the track. He's usually the race line. These guys are above that right now. See how it works out for him. And Cameron now dives down. Really diving deep. Striker's, Cameron's good action here. Ballins with these guys. Sorry about that. Thanks for pointing it out. I think I might have drug it out by accident. Well, that's better. Ross all over. Caffrey right now is going to take a look at the inside. Caffrey goes up the lane, gives Ross a little bit of room. We'll see a drag race here down the backstretch. A little scuff, I think, for the 77. Gets clear of Ross, though. These guys, very fast racetrack. Texas is. Triangle so tricky. 2 wide might work. 3 wide's a death sentence. Usually ends up in a wreck. I've seen guys do it, but not really pull it off because there's Hammond all over the 19. Tractor falling back a little bit. Just trying to get back in line. Take care of the tires. Guys back here, single file. Salas second to last. Raber, you see him on the track map. Now coming off turn 2, starting from the pit roads. Just trying to avoid him, trying to melee. Raber is. Lots of action here. It's still okay. Let me turn it down a little bit more. Thanks for send a like there if you have a second. Appreciate it. Oh, look at that 3 wide. I was about to talk about race info, but these guys went 3 wide on Bigger. That was nuts. I need to rewind that. I think Bigger just went super high, let these guys by. Look at this. This was crazy. Pierce and John just 3 wide down 3 and 4. Bigger backing off there. It's a bit of a mess here. Lots of action going on. Bigger really hanging back here, I think, just trying to take care of his tires. A lot of guys won't take tires the first stage break. And I think that might be one of Bigger's schemes there. He's just trying to protect the tires so he can use them the second stage and have a set for later on. And we definitely seen that pay off. I'm guessing that's what his idea is. He's falling back pretty quick. Pierce around Hammond here. Hammond a little bit of apron, a little wobble there. Catches it. Caffrey still leading Ross and Day. Everybody starts the single file. Texas will single file out the field there. It's pretty hectic when it goes green for the first time and restarts. But as the field starts going, it'll spread out. We see Stryker here closing into the number 8. Oh, 8's a little bobble there. 88 really closing in hard. Has to do evasive maneuvers. 8 little free there off the exit. Less than 88 around. 19 following suit side by side behind him. Delgado and Cameron, a little door game there. I think they touched just slightly. Racing hard through the tri-oval. See the 20 go by. Delgado's running one of our driver cams. Let's pop up here. Looks like it's not wanting to. We'll work on his there. Looks like Delgado's not. Driver cam always giving it issues for some reason. We'll work it under caution. Bigger using the other driver cam. There he is. Mark O'Dell running a knife right now, our third driver cam. There's Mark. For some reason it SDK, there we go, SDK being weird. See Delgado in his rearview mirror. Oh, big wreck, 20 in it. We saw Parks, there's Delgado, hard into roll bears, big mess. Massive wreck. There's Pierce. That happened right in front of Odell. We're riding with him. We'll take a look at it. Let's see, there's Odell. Delgado. Happened. Looks like Pierce is in the wall up there. There's Pierce. Let's see, we'll back it up here. I think Pierce got loose. Through the grass. Looks like Pierce got loose in the corner. See him loose, trying to catch it in the grass. He's going to go up into the wall. And then Cameron with just nowhere to go. Right front's broken. He's going to go up the wall. There's Odell. It almost looked like, I think Ross Chastain, or was it Ryan Blaney flipping down from Texas? Where Ross Chastain hit the wall and he wrapped off him. I'm taking a look. A lot happened there. Here we're on board with Delgado. I'll back up a little bit more. See, Delgado's free too, but he catches it. There's Odell. There's Pierce right in the wall. These guys are still in it. It sounds like the caution's not out. Delgado gets it, but our racing fixes it. A little overcorrection there into roll bears. Just roll bears. Lots of damage. There's Pierce right in front of him. Take another look again. Here's James Pierce. Back it up. Pierce, a road racer champion. having some trouble here. Losing the rear end. Big overcorrection. Trying to gas it through the grass is the issue, and it breaks him loose out to the wall. Cameron nowhere to go. As well as Delgado. There's Delgado right into Robert's, just nowhere to go. Just a big mess here. We'll ride with Robert's. Robert's still in it. The green flag's not out, I don't think. I mean, the caution flag's not out, but still, I would, if I see that mess, I would be stopping until I know I'm okay. This is the result there. Robert's still trying to get some spots. It's something hard. A lot of us has done, even myself, where the yellow's not out and they're wrecking. You're thinking, oh, those are easy spots. But this is the outcome most of the time where you get involved in the wreck. And if you see these guys sliding their smoke, back off. It's not worth it. Now you have a wrecked car. It's so early in the race. Delgado. This will give us a better picture. Robert's will come up here. Lots of damage for the 98 as well. He might be sitting on pit road for a good while. There's the 20. Delgado right behind him. Let's check out Robert. She's on the racetrack. Got the fender back put on. Texas not that aero dependent, but a lot of damage will still matter. They got the fender back on the car, it looks like. Let's see, Pierce. Pierce's car looks pretty good. Dario, I'm sure, has a lot of right front damage. Look at that tire. I don't think his wheels. Yeah, that tire is definitely broke. It's canted off. We have the green flag back underway. Ross taking it. Traffic caught some wall there. A couple of these guys coming down pit road. Ross, Day, Bigger in third. Striker moving up to fourth. Dario and Delgado sitting on pit road. You see them on the track map there. Yeah, I thought it looked like there was the caution was super late there. I would have personally thrown it out as soon as I saw Pierce hit the wall. But even so, it's a learning thing. I've been there myself where you see wrecking and there's no, it's still green, you're still on it. But my mindset has come to protect the car at all costs. And if that means I need to stop under green, I'm going to stop under green. Those guys are blocking the track. People are still sideways. I don't think it's happening super quick, and it's hard to tell. But after a long time of racing, my mentality has been to protect the car no matter what. But I get it. You know, it's hard to judge these things, and I'm fucking secondhand opinion here. But it's super hard to tell. I get that. As the 8 is all over the 42. Right here, Leroy giving Hammond a hard time. Hammond diving deep next to Leroy. Gets clear of him. Good battle there. Hammond really changing up his mindset. Has flipped the switch these past few weeks. And has been super aggressive. And you know what? I like it. Take off. Get as much as you can. And it definitely has improved his finishing position as of late. As Ross is still leading here. Pulling away from Bigger. Getting around Caffrey. Tracker with a big run there, really charging hard. Early out of the corner, you see him slide up against the wall. Day, a little bit easy off the exit. Hammond around the 76 now. John really on a mission here. Oh, marked a little free back there. Robert's trailing the pack here. I'm sure he's got a lot of damage. He definitely does have a lot of front end damage there. He's going to need to work on it a little bit more. Rayburn there. Odell off the racetrack. Looks like his damage was terminal after that wreck. Side by side here for first place. Caffrey underneath John Ross. Biggert trying to follow suit. Caffrey slides in front of the 44. Back down to the bottom. Good battle. Clean pass by the 77. Very fast here. It looks like he's taking a liking to Texas. Biggert getting around Ross as well. Chevy leading Toyota and Ford. And there's John Hammond back there. Gets around Stryker and Day. Stryker who got around Day. Lots of strategy going on. I'm not sure if John took tires that last caution. Reshkin here putting pressure. See a little bobble there on the front end. Ross a little bobble spot that you scuffed the wall there all over the 88. Here's Stryker to play with the throttle. Little burp there to get the car to rotate. Running the 88 Walmart car. Can't tell what he has in the hood. Yeah, it's Walmart. It's got ChopShop on the hood as well. Hammond dives underneath Ross. Hammond on a mission. I think he took tires. Hammond on a mission here. He's got Biggert in front of him, and then Caffrey. See if he has plenty of time. Trying to do the racing for earlier, and then they went 3 wide. We'll get it in real quick. 150 laps total, no fast repairs. Is why you see a couple of these guys stuck in pit road. Mark Waddell, first one out of the race. 3 extra sets, 4 total. They start with 1 set on the car. First stage is lap 30, 65 second. They do use a restart zone. You see it there, so restarts are always on the leader. Second place cannot jump the start, but as soon as the leader gasses it up, second place is good to go, even if he beats the leader to the line. Caffrey looks like he's on point to win the first stage here on the last lap. Way far ahead of Biggert here. So we're coming around 3 and 4. Not 4, this is going to be your first stage. Caffrey on point. Stage win. Biggert, Hammond, Ross, Stryker, Day, Publix. Good battle there. Side by side. For 10th, looks like Mark got 10th. Mark got 9th. Burt got 10th. Good side-by-side battle by these guys for that 10th spot. We'll see who took tires last time. I think John took some tires last time by. We'll see. Delgado back on the racetrack there. Car looks good. Hopefully he didn't go that many laps down. Dario looks like off the racetrack now. Seems the damage was way too much. So Dario finishing 16th. O'Dell finishing 17th. Delgado the first car a lap down or more. I'm not sure how many laps down he is yet. You'll get your wave around here though, thanks to the stage caution. Hammond staying out. Beer staying out. Lots of guys staying out. Everybody else coming down pit road. Burt, 4 guys staying out. Hammond, Pierce, Burke, their first, second, third now. That leads me to believe they took tires last time by. The whole rest of the field coming in this time. Tires going to be very important. We get our pit ticker down there. Everybody taking tires here. Caffrey sitting in this box a little bit longer. I didn't see his car jack up. Day's going to win the race off pit road. Caffrey, Rayburn, Biggert, Ross, good side-by-side there. Pit road's a race also. That's a spot less you have to take on the racetrack. Salas coming off. Roberge, of course, we expected him to, man, that car is beat up. We didn't see the right side. Look at it. You see the tire pop back in. They're getting that suspension fixed. Getting as much damage fixed as you can. We're going to pull up Caffrey here. See if we can't. See if he's in the Discord, actually. Give him a. See if we can talk to him. Hey, Caffrey, this is Joseph in the booth. You got me?
Yeah, I certainly do, Joe.
Hey, man, what a fantastic start to your race. You got the pole, getting stage wins, just absolutely flying. How's the car feeling for you?
It's feeling well stable. I'm loving it. Yeah, it's pretty good on the road. Putting some good times in as well. I guess, yeah, that was a bit of a tactical move as well. You know, I knew I was going pretty well with John up the front, but I guess I was going for that stage point as well.
Awesome. Well, you're looking great there in the green machine. We'll look forward to you continuing Texas here. Good luck to the rest of your race.
Yeah, thanks, Joe. It's absolutely flying. Hopefully I can bring it home.
Awesome. We're excited to watch.
Thanks.
Caffrey with a little chat here. We have to make it quick. Apologize. They have like a lap before they get double file, and I try not to bug them there towards the end. Let them get their mind ready again to turn some laps here. You got to get refocused. The cautions break up your rhythm there. Sometimes it's hard for some of us to get back in that groove right away. I know it takes me a good couple laps to get going again. But we'll let these guys refocus there. John to the top, Burke, Date. These guys haven't pitted. Caffrey didn't take tires. This pit time, just fuel only, I believe. We'll see. I didn't see his car jack up, but he had a pretty normal stop there, so I'm assuming I wasn't quite looking at his car. I was looking down the screen. But we will see here. Top three for sure on older tires than the rest of the field. See everybody getting ready to double up. It's like Delgado a good couple laps more down. 5 laps there we saw it ticker. It's going to be a tough one to make up, but it's possible. Robert's still on pit road there. It looks like he's going to elect to get all the damage fixed, or he's going to pull out just before the leaders come by. We'll see. Pull up the track map again to help us. Looks like Robert's just going to take the lap here, maybe get the lap back on the next stage on 65. So we're getting ready to go green. Old tires up front. We'll see how we do. Good jump for the 8. Breaks away. Good little highlight there. I love seeing these cars run around the racetrack, especially the great state of Texas here. I'm from Texas, a little biased there. We see a good pass there by Mark Day, falling back a bit. These guys doing pretty good, saving a set of tires, I believe. I'm not sure if they took him last time by. John still leading the charge here, though, on a little bit older set tires. Caffrey back to the second here. Scott Biggert right behind him. Roberge still on pit road. Unfortunately, his damage very extensive. It looks like Delgado has overtook him on the racetrack. Roberge 5-6 laps down now. So you see a good fight here by these guys side by side. Kublinitz, Pierce right above him. Pierce car doing pretty good after that wall hit earlier. It's going to be a good race. Pierce with that high line momentum. But Kublinitz not backing down there. Goes to the bottom. Pierce is going to get him, though. Everybody else looks like they've caught down for the most part. You can hear running our driver cam. One of our driver cams. There he is. Yeah, this SDK not working with me today. It seems to pop him up on everybody but him. That's interesting. Get him there. He's going to dive underneath John Hammond. Biggert with some fresher tires. Hammond dropping back to third now, under fire by Ross, who's also going around him. Real tight there on the travel. Got to be careful there. Man, you see him so close there. Almost getting hooked off the 8. Ross really aggressive. Their striker, man. You see the sun up in those guys' eyes there. I don't think it's too bad. Might just be mostly glare. Striker taking a peek now on the 8. Nate giving way there, realizes he's on older tires. Being courteous there as well, recognizing where he's at on the racetrack. See Rayburn running 10th here. These guys pretty spread out. So we're taking these laps away for the second stage. Biggert to the point. Ross, Caffrey, Striker, Hammond. Mark going around the number 8. Mark on rails as well, trying to catch these guys, get a stage win. See how tight that tri-oval is. It really funnels in when you hit that first chink. Onto that little straight across the stripe. Good battle here up front, though. Ross had a good drive. Real deep in the corner. Had to back off a bit. That's going to get Striker a run. Underneath the 44. He's going to make the pass now. On point to get the 19. See that battle there. Striker well up against the 19's bumper. Good fight here. Good fight back here also. Caffrey and the Ada more or less in the same tire set. Caffrey trying to take fifth, get some more stage points for him. Burke back here under fire by Pierce. And there's Compliments right behind Pierce. Pierce taking a little drift up there, not quite there. Dakota running top 10 here. Rayburn just outside top 10. Day to the back with those old tires. Salas running out the field. Delgado, they're still 5 laps down. Robert's back on the racetrack with the car. Pretty much fixed. It's fenders, everything looks pretty good. They got all the scuffs. Most of the scuffs, there's a good mark there on the right side door. Lots of laps down though. It's going to take a minute for him to get that back. If he has a chance, he's going to need a lot of help, but it's really heated up here for the stage win. Ross going to attack the 88. Striker running up high in the corner. Ross takes a peek. Striker might take a shot at it here down the backstretch. Gets to the outside of the 19. Lots of tire wear there on that part of the racetrack though. See if he can hang on, get it done pretty quick. So they're coming down the stripe. Side-by-side fight here for first place. This is stage points win, a playoff point right here up for grabs. Ross, front row seat. Biding his time, waiting for one side to move. Bigger gets a good run in the corner, but Striker gets the momentum coming out. See it change up here. Side-by-side fight. Still these guys running hard. Ross might come out the victor out of this one. Whoever takes first, looks like Striker's going to get it. Not quite clear. Just a nose Biggert has on his quarter panel. But these guys keep fighting like this. Ross might come out the victor and get both of them. These guys really burning up their tire here. As the stage winds down, 6 laps to go here. Big fight here. Back in the pack, Caffrey and Hammond still running. 5th and 6th. These guys, nothing has changed back here. Culminates. Dacuna does move up a spot over Pierce. Pierce a little free there. Mid-corner. Striker and Biggert still fighting. Mark Richkins catching up on these guys. 4 to go. I'm sorry, 5 to go here on the stage. Stage ends lap 61. That's the completion of lap 60. Big fight here. 88-19. 88 has half a car length on him. Biggert gains it back here on the corner entry. Striker up the track. We'll see how long those right sides, that right front can hold on. See that car rotate, having to put a lot of wheel into it to not get in the wall. Coming up off the racetrack, it's going to swing you way wide. Looks like the 88's car is starting to give way. Ross on the bottom behind the 19. 19's going to clear him here, it looks like. He does. Big fight there. Still gives him a lane, though. Biggert, a little defensive driving there, 19. It's back to the outside. Good fight here between these guys. Little bobble there. Ross, again, just biding his time. We'll see how long he's going to wait with 3 to go in the stage. Striker, big checkup. Might have gotten loose. I didn't see it. 19 comes away with the win here. His top 3 start to settle out. Ross checks up as well to the 88. We'll see if Striker has another shot at it. I think they really ran hard side by side. That higher lane just put so much stress on the tire wear of the car. 2 to go here for the 19. 8 and 77, still the same. Caffrey not quite close enough to make a challenge there. Prominence leading Burke, Dakuna, Pierce. Day back here. A lot of guys not taking tires. One more lap to go for the 1988 44 under a blanket. It's like big. It's going to come away with this win here coming around 3 and 4. '19 taking stage number 2, 88-44, top 3. So there's go Redskin, Hammond running that forward over Caffrey. Waiting for the top 10 to cycle out. Colbinetz, Burke, Dakuna, Pierce will be your top 10. Scotchin, was it 65, I think. I just realized it. Got a little excited. Oh, it is 65. That's my fault. Got a little excited. Barring any changes, we should be about the same, though. Striker starting to fall off the 19. Bigger just getting better tire wear there on the bottom of the racetrack. Rich getting Hammond and Caffrey. Still the same. There's Day, Dakuna, Kolbenitz pulling away from them. Dakuna here, it looks like he has a charge on Burke's going to take a peek. Checks up a bit, nothing quite there for the 43. Delgado coming down pit road. See if Pierce has another run. Dakuna has another run on Day here, coming down the backstretch. Looks like they've quite leveled out here. Day back here. Rayburn and Salas. Biggert pulling away from the 88. Ross relatively close to Striker there as we got one more lap to go here. Biggert's about to cross the stripe. There goes Roberts, Biggert, Striker, Ross, Redskin there in the background. Nathan Biggert looking for a stage win here. Looks like he's going to get it coming around 3 and 4. Roberts, and it is this time going to be Biggert, Striker, Ross, top 3, Redskin. So we'll wait for everybody else to cycle through. There's John, Caffrey. Kolbenitz right behind Caffrey, was closing in pretty good. Good side by side there. Dakuna and Pierce. Looks like Dakuna's going to get it just by a nose. Dakuna gets 9th place there over Pierce. Good job by them guys. Really racing it out. Dakuna doing a great job. One of my favorite drivers. They're really good at keeping the car clean. Rarely I see him get into wrecks. Even more so rare, I see him cause a wreck. Just very good car control there, recognition there. Good job by him getting a 9th place there. Biggert taking the stage. We'll have a chat with him here after pit stops there. See what his thoughts are for the last stage. See all these guys coming. There's Bigger. We see all these guys coming down pit road. Pit road entry is so important. Getting your box as quick as you can. Being as straight as you can in your box so your pit crew doesn't have to adjust. You see Dave's car a little askew more than everybody else. For the most part, a couple guys a little sideways back there. Biggard's going to come out. Looks like the race went off pit road. Stryker, Ross, Richkin, Day, Caffrey might get called on this. Looks like he does. Good job for these guys. John coming off. Pierce. Looks like Caffrey caught speeding on pit road. Where's Caffrey at? In 7, he's going to have to drop back to the rear of the field. Unfortunate for him. We'll see if he can bounce back on that. Might go back in and get a top off of fuel at that point. Give a chat to the number 19. We'll grab him real quick. Nate, this is Joseph in the booth. You got me?
I got you, Joe.
Hey, Nick. Good job there on the stage win, battling back there on some pretty rough rubber. How's the car doing?
Yeah, it's tough, man. The track's a little slick. It just doesn't want to grip up. You got to really let off the throttle, use the brake a lot. But, I mean, it's fun. That was a great battle with Stryker, man. I had a blast right there. That was fun.
What are your thoughts for this next stage here? Looking like some green flag pit stops there.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is only one set of tires left and just trying to make them last, you know? Like, you can definitely scrub speed off quick if you're going to get these things hot. They don't wear out too bad as far as percentage-wise, but if you get them hot, man, there's just no grip and you start losing speed quick. So just going to let these guys go if they want to go extra fast and just try to take care of my stuff and be there at the end, hopefully.
Awesome. We'll look forward to seeing you guys battle it out here for the last stage. Good luck for the rest of your race.
Yeah, thanks.
Bigger there giving us some insight. He's going to be pretty patient there. Looks like at the start of this final stage. We'll see if the rest of the guys follow suit with him. As we're going to see him pace around here. There you go. Just adjusting the track map there is pretty big. I think it's still big, but we'll work on that later. Bigger, it's gonna be our. See him there. One of our video cameras. So Dow was another one, but he's wrecked out pretty early there on that mess. Looks like Delgado has turned his off, so Bigger's the only one right now. Delgado here in pit road. Lots of damage there on the right side. He's been on pit road for a little bit now. About 2 minutes. Bunch of guys coming off pit road. Towards the back. Caffrey diving back in. Mentioned he had a pit lane violation. Too fast on pit road. Rayburn came in as well as Coleman. These guys will file into the inside of the field. The inside line might be a little longer. If you come in the second time again, it's just going to relegate you to the inside position. A couple extra cars there on the inside. There's Rayburn closing up. Roberge behind him. We'll see a green flag here. Barney with the flag in hand. Getting ready for the last stage.
Green.
Green flag's out. Good jump by the 1988 on the outside. See how wide that track is, but that banking is so it's there, but it's still very flat. It's not as aggressive. It's not very helpful on the way out there on the racetrack. Bottom line is where you want to be. Maybe a lane up, but not for a long time, as we see these guys single file out pretty quick. Good fight here, 88 closing into the 19. We heard Biggert's going to be very, very patient, gentle on this last set or second to last set of tires. See if Striker will follow suit or just start to put the pressure on him. Ross behind him. There's Redskin towards the right side of the screen. It's like an early checkup there for Striker. Ross going on the attack early. Striker might choose to let him by or might hold him off. We'll see. Ross falls back in line. The battle right here. Burke underneath Day. It's going to get around him. John Hammond, good point of view there. Ross getting around the 88. Striker way up the track. Redskin going by as well. 88 being super patient. See if Ross is going to put some pressure on the 19. I believe he is, as well as the 76 going for it. This guy's really pushing hard. See how long they can make this tire last. We still got, I'm sure all these guys have one more set. And if not, some of them have two. And these might be the guys that have two. 44, 76. 44 going around the 19. I think we'll see Biggert give way here in the corner for Redskin. Looks like he is. Mark goes by. Burke on the move. You see him now closing up to Striker. Striker way up the track, just letting these guys by, being very, very gentle there. Burke in view now. Day right behind them on the inside. There's Hammond there. And Pierce right behind him in the background. See how close Burke is here on Biggert. He's gonna make the move. Good battle back here though. Day leading the group. Hammond, Pierce, Hammond, little bobble there, slides up the track. Let's Pierce by. Dacuna, Caffrey coming up as well. These guys are really falling back, but I think by design, and I'm not sure they're falling back too much or not, but we'll find out together. So I appreciate everybody again for joining us this Friday evening for ChopShop TV for the MyThreeSons NextGen series. Sherry, the owner of MyThreeSons, big supporter for ChopShop TV. Jerry not racing today. I think he had a prior commitment or something else going on. Dacuna gives way to Robert. Ross pulling ahead. Leading the charge, Redskin, Burke, top three here. Top three are moving away from the rest of the field. And I gotta say, they might be running a little too hard. Nathan Biggert leading this, what effectively is this. Oh, Caffrey with the little tire scrape there. There's Nate for everybody else. Biggert leading the second group, the biggest group here, as we see the top three start to break away. Burke underneath the Redskin now. You're on board with Mark Richkin. There's the focus on the 19. Oh, someone very free up there. I think it was Redskins. Very, very free off the corner. We'll take a look. It looks like we see it wiggle there just off the exit. Pulling left hard to keep it off the wall. Take a look one more time. Watch his hands. See him working the wheel. Starts to lose the downforce there coming off the corner. That's when the car's the lightest, when we're coming off the corner of the triangles and the corners. All that weight in the deck lid on the trunk is coming off the car. There's so much weight on the front of the car with the engine, all the components up there. The tires will spin there coming off the exit. Good job by Mark though by hanging onto the car. Starting to lose pace with the front two now though. Spiggert still leading the second group. Hammond under fire now by Pierce. I'm sorry, Stryker under fire by Pierce. Looks like Stryker going back around. I think they were passing Pierce. My mistake. Hammond and Stryker were. Pierce might have ran his car a little too hard, maybe, or starting to check up. Caffrey here and following in suit. There's Coblinus right behind him. Rayburn and DeCuna running good runs here, and Salas a little bit towards the back. I believe Biggert caught a little bit of wall here. Right there, you saw the wiggle. Day had a good view of it. See him a little bit higher, pulls out. Good smack there on the wall by the 19. Shouldn't hurt him too bad. Leading 52-8. Ross still leading the field though, leading Burke here, top two pulling away from Mark Richkin. Up 6 spots right now. Burke up 11 spots, the biggest mover of the race so far. Burke now looks like he has to go, slides up into the 44, a little love tap there. Ross gets a little wiggly on the exit. Burke an aggressive move there. Tires are pretty worn out now, I think. Slides up a bit, being real aggressive there on the lead pass there, but no harm, no foul. Ross still in line with 53. We see the rest of the field go by. Burke starting to pull away a bit now. Coming down the backstretch. 53, 44, 76. 19 leading the second group. 52-8, 88. There's Roberts there. Now Ross trying to take the lead back. Burke up the track there. Ross has a good angle here. It's going to be tight on this corner though. This corner is real tight here. Tends to wash up there. Good control by the 44. Gets by the 53. Burke checks up a bit. Richkin falling behind just a bit, but still good battle here back in the field. 19 pulling a little bit of a gap on Day, leading Hammond and Stryker. I think Day scuffed the wall there. We saw some smoke there off the barrier. Caffrey getting around Pierce, falling back now into the clutches, the 42. Stryker over the 8 now. Gets by him, gets a good run down the back stretch. It's a great looking Ryan Blaney car there for Hammond. I think he needs to run it. Striker with the moment here on the travel, just out of frame. See the car over rotate there on the exit. Little bit of grass. Good command of his car though to catch it. Watch some hand movement here. Really on the gas here. Starts to get tight, push up. Not as bad as it looked like. Just a little bit loose there. Tiny correction for him. Good job to not overdo it. Ross still in command now. Burt falling back from the 44. John Ross might be onto something here. But these guys were saving pretty early. We know Biggert was. I think everybody else behind him was pretty much doing the same thing. But with the tire wear being so bad, I don't know if it was a good idea. These tire wears might have evened out. Don't know if they'll have enough to start pushing and catch the 44 here. We'll see what these guys do. Ross still ahead, leading the charge. Burke, Richkin, Biggert, everybody single file for the most part. I think there's a battle back here. Pierce and Rayburn. Rayburn's got a run on James Pierce. Maybe Pierce using up that tire wear a little too much this time. Rayburn not quite able to get alongside him, but still putting some pressure on. See, Pierce gets a good drive off the exit. See, first and second there. We'll take a look here as Biggert was the first one to start to back up. We'll check the lap timer. Not quite. Oh, he's getting closer to Redskin. We see him. Redskin falling back. Big close up there. Redskin really falling back now. Biggert very, very much quicker than Burke. Biggert now starting to put the pressure on. Starting to put his foot down. Pulling away from that pack he was leading. Ross and Burke here. We'll see what Ross is doing. Burke a lot slower than Ross. So we're right back here trying to get around Redskin. Looks like Day was on the bottom. We'll take a look. I think it just kind of worked out that way. Mark way up the track. Much slower car. Jason checks up, trying to make the corner. That's Jason Day in the 52. Striker shooting the gap in the middle. And Day just wants none of it. Hits the brake and falls back. Otherwise, they might have stayed there. Day gets falls in line behind Redskin. Hammond back here. These guys looks like they were saving, but Striker's starting to push with Biggert. Sees Biggert's in it right, just slightly ahead of him. So it looks like they're pretty much even. Biggert quicker. No, Striker quicker. No, Biggert quick. Apologies. Biggert quicker. Not 95, 97. Do it the normal way here. Striker quicker the other laps. But looks like the 88 is starting to close in. Striker 3/10 off the 19. Looks like he might have saved it. Better tire wear that time. I don't know if they'll be able to close into Ross here before pit stops. I think Ross, I don't know what he's got there. He's got the right idea, though. Just push from the get-go. These guys are going to start to fight each other. 44 way out in front. seconds ahead over Burke there. We see him on the track map now, just going to start-finish lines. We're getting ready for a battle here for third. Striker all over the 19. Taking a look inside. 19 way up the track. It's going to let 88 go by. Pretty smooth and quick pass for the 88. That's what he wanted. Now sitting his sights on Jeremiah Burke. Just ahead of him there. Going into turn number 3 now. Ross here. Coming around start-finish line. Getting ready to lap Stephen Salas in the 31. Salas a little wall. Just trying to get out of the way. His pit stops are getting ready to start here in a handful of laps. We'll see who the first one's gonna be ready to. First one's gonna be the one to pit. Whether you're gonna short pit, try to get the jump on these guys. But I think if you're second or third, you're definitely in command of the pit cycle. You want to pit at least a lap before if you can time it right, and then get the leader to pit right after you. You'll have some pretty equal tire wear, and you'll make a lot of ground there on the racetrack on your outlap with some fresh tires. See Stryker pulling away from the 19. Pierce going around. Retchkin, as he started to put the burner on, moving into ninth place. Caffrey here coming from a lap, the last penalty, last pit road penalty. Running in 7th, trying to get 6th from John Hammond just in front of him. You see Koblenitz just behind Caffrey. Trying to take a peek. It looks like Caffrey see the hands move here. He's all over the 8 here, trying to make a pass, trying to find some room. Texas is pretty difficult to get around them. They're styling us up the track, just trying to let these guys by. John pushing up the track. This might give Caffrey the opportunity he needs to get the 8. Not quite there. Hammond making great use of that momentum. Salas doing a good job just giving way to the lead lap cars there. Another good driver there who rarely gets into wrecks, just trying to get some track time. Run some races here. Stefan Salas downshifting there. Caffrey still all over Hammond as Burke's the first one to come down pit road. He's had enough with his tires. We'll see if anybody else, if he's going to pull anybody else. He does pull Mark down with him. We saw Mark starting to fall back pretty quickly. Caffrey getting around Hammond. A lot going on now. All of a sudden, it's going to get pretty dicey. We'll see the pass here. Caffrey gets a run down the travel. He's going to make a good corner here. Checks up hard to stay at the bottom. Gets clear. Well, clear of the 8. Good pass, spot at 77. Starts to pull away. There's Burke down there. First timer is total time on pit road. Timer in the brackets is total time in your pit box. 15 seconds is pretty lengthy, I think, for this car. They do have 100% fuel, though. Let's see where Mark's spending a lot of time on pit road right now. I think he might have a problem going on. Something come up. He's definitely sitting there for a good while. As Ross is still leading the charge. Nobody else coming down pit road yet. And that's not what you want to see if you just pit it, because you're wearing your tires out immediately. This track will start to, as we heard, bigger overheat them. We see that pit stop by Mark. Almost a minute in the box as he's pulling away now. 58.7 seconds. Mark Retchkin over a minute coming out, just exiting pit road now. Saw on the timer down there. There's Mark on the apron. Had to work on some things. It looks like Pierce now coming down pit road. Oh, no, excuse me. Pierce Pat is going around John Hammond on the high side. Pierce really backed it off early. We saw that. I thought he wore out his tires, but looks like he was saving a good chunk. Hammond not going to give up that easily, though. We saw this fight from Biggert and Stryker early on. Pierce is going to take command. John Ross coming down pit road now. Looks like he's going to give up a pretty big gap here. We'll see how it works for him. I would have stayed out a little bit longer, I think, if I was Ross, especially with that big of a gap. You're going to lose all that time when it cycles out. But we'll see how it works out, especially with these guys staying out as long as they are. Hopefully they come down in the next lap or two. That's going to be Stryker to the point now. Rayburn coming down pit road. I think a little too early for these guys, but we'll see. Stefan Salas running a good race here in the 11th. Rayburn coming off pit exit. There's Ross there. Coming around 3 and 4. Looks like somebody else coming down pit road. Day in the 52. Looks like everybody's going to start to cycle in here. Ross might be onto something. Stryker here leading Nathan Biggert. 1-2, relatively close. Caffrey now in third place. Burke here putting the hammer down. He's taking tires as well as Ross. These guys going back by the number 8. They're going to try and burn it down. We still got a good amount of laps to go, though. We'll see if this was too early for these guys or not. As the guys are going to cut down pit road after them are going to have much more newer tires. And that closing distance, Colbinette's now on pit road. Getting some tire work done. At some point, the other flip side of the coin, you don't want to stay out too long. As you're all this time there, these guys are out on the racetrack. That's time they're losing as well. So there's kind of a sweet spot of when you want to pit when the first guys come down pit road. You don't want to stay out that long either, as you won't have enough time to catch them with your tire wear. And we've seen it equal out pretty good here. Those guys pushed from the get-go. We've seen those guys push pretty hard from the drop of the green flag after the second stage break. Ross had a big gap there, and nobody was catching him that quick. So we'll see if his strategy works out for him here in the 44. These guys still out on the racetrack. Might be thinking they're going to Stryker Biggert almost into him. Stryker coming down pit road now. Might need to think about coming down as well. We'll see if Biggert and Caffrey come down. Pierce, Stallis coming down pit road. Oh, in the grass. A little bit of grass doesn't hurt. As long as he doesn't hit the cone, I don't think that'll be a penalty. Might be thinking about pitting here. We'll see if Biggert comes down. Looks like he is. Oh, never mind. I thought he was checking up there. Still on the racetrack, Caffrey. There's Burke. See if the cycle works out for these guys. Stryker now coming off pit road. Nice looking Hellman's Walmart car there. I dig the white wheels. The flat back white wheel, or flat white wheels. Salas looks like he caught a little bit of wall. There's a little scuffer. Might be the paint. Spending a little bit of time on pit road here. Little pretty lengthy stop. Biggert still leading the charge. Bigger definitely set to a strategy, still staying out. Salah's now coming off pit road. I'm not sure how long he was on there, but it was a good while. Hammond coming down now. Saying the car's pushing very hard on the radio. Not able to make corners there. He's had enough. Good stop there. Locks up the front. Hits the brakes for just the right time. That's what you want to see. A great stop in the box. Crew going to work right away. Minimal adjustments there. Right off of the box. That's an amazing stop for Hammond there. That's what you want to see in a pit stop. Everybody else coming down pit road. There's Biggert now. Pierce, Dacuna down the road. Salah's coming back down. Having some problems, it looks like. He's going to cycle out here. Caffrey, the only one left needing to pit, I believe. There goes Biggert. We'll start to see it cycle out. Ross would be the effective leader. Burke, Day, Biggert, Stryker, Pierce. Here goes Biggert around, Stryker around Nathan Biggert. That's the time gap there. About 2, 3, 4 seconds, 5 seconds over Nathan Biggert from first and second. Oh, a little bit. It's okay. See him enjoying the race there. But see, there's Stryker mid 1 and 2. This is just the time difference from pit stops, but Biggert with a little bit fresher tires. See if it evens out here for these guys. Ross in command right now. Caffrey, I believe, still has to pit. Second place there, just going into one. First place crossing the start-finish line. Stryker going around to him as Robert's just coming down pit road now, or has came down, now coming off pit road. Our Canadian friend there running in the 98 Vancouver. I think that I want to say it's a hockey team, but I'm not sure. All I know is it's a Ford and it looks great. Caffrey still in command here. Lots of action going on around the racetrack. There's Stryker. Nathan would be in sixth. A bit of a stretch. About 4 seconds, 4.5 seconds behind him. Retchkin turning some laps here. Everybody else scattered around. Lots of different strategies with 26 to go. We'll see if what Caffrey's got in store for us. He might have worked out the fuel. Maybe he can make it to the end. Maybe he's hoping for a yellow. Not sure. We'll see what his idea is here. He's leading the race right now, but Caffrey was one of the ones to watch there with a speeding penalty, winning first stage. See what's in store for the green machine, number 77. Great. Wait. Oh, that's awesome. I hope you guys have a great time there. That's little family time. It's always good. Good for the mind and the soul. It's great. It's been a great race so far. Lots of strategy here. We got 24 laps to go. Cars are scattered all over the place. Pit cycle has definitely shooken up things. Guys are staying out very late, and this is one of them. Is the number 77 is looking to shake things up. Good battle here. Pierce going around Koblenitz. Pierce to the high side of the 42. See if Koblenitz can battle back. It doesn't look like it. James Pierce with a great run on the outside. Makes the pass. Hammond back here in 10th is trying to make some time up. Burke on Delgado right now. Looks like he's a lot faster there on the 41. Delgado a good amount of laps down. Burke being very patient, trying to get around the 41. 41's laps down to Burke there. He finally gives way. But good job by Burke. It's something very hard to do is be that patient. Michael Caffrey still leading the way, 21 laps to go. Second place is just about to cross the start-finish line. They're about half a track away. That's John Ross. Effectively the leader would be first. Second place would be Burke there. A bit away. Ross definitely has the strategy on point. Looks like should Caffrey not be able to make it or have to pit, which I'm assuming he's going to have to pit. I don't think he can go that long, but I've seen crazy things happen. Who knows what's going on in that car. Robert's going around. Hopefully Caffrey can hang on. It would be a great upset win here, but those tires are definitely gone, I gotta say. Man, it's gonna be a tall task there for the 77. Losing a lot of time to John Ross. We'll take a look at the lap timer here. Ross just gaining seconds every lap. There's John Ross there, a little less than half a track away. He's gaining so much time. He's really putting the pressure on, burning the rubber down. But the big question is, if he does catch Caffrey, will he have enough tire to get around him? Caffrey, not the easiest driver to pass, especially for a lead here as Kolbenitz trying to get around the 77, get his lap back, 18 to go for the 77. It's going to be a close one, I think. I don't know if the Duke is going to catch him. I don't believe he will. If the 77 stays out all the way through, this will be an amazing win. We saw Ed Perry do it in the truck race way back a couple weeks ago. There goes John trying to get a lap back. But, man, this is going to be a close one, I think. 17 laps to go. Caffrey catches a little bit of wall, really trying to push hard. Pierce gaining a lot of time there. Still a second a lap for the most part, except for lap 132. We'll see what Pierce gets here. Another second there. It's effectively a second per lap. Pierce is 10 seconds. I'm sorry, Ross is 10 seconds away from Caffrey. So if they keep running this rate, Ross should theoretically catch Michael Caffrey in the 77 with 15 laps to go. As Delgado is coming off pit lane, he has to go back down, get some more work done. This is going to be a good one here. Ross should effectively have 5 extra laps in the bank. Should the tires hold that long, but as the race goes on, that time gap should slowly start to dwindle. Caffrey just running for his life right now. You see the gap closing in between first and second. Goes Caffrey across the start-finish line. Let's see what Ross gets here. One more time around. Ross a lot slower that time by. Might have been held. I don't think he was held up by anybody. He's basically by himself. Very slow that time by. He's going to need to pick it up should he want to catch Caffrey. It's going to get very exciting here as the laps are dwindling down. I don't think Ross has enough time. He might get close enough, but not enough to attempt to pass, I don't believe. So we got 53. Oh, Caffrey now coming down pit road. It was a fine idea while it lasted. Caffrey not able to make it on fuel, it looks like. staying out as long as he possibly could, hoping for a yellow. He's going to back up a little bit there, I think. Nope, just in the box. Caffrey really stayed out as long as possible. Not able to stay on. That gives John Ross the lead. Striker in second. We'll see the time gap difference from Ross and Striker, as it's relatively even. Striker a little bit quicker here and there, but that's definitely not enough. The Striker is on the other, about a corner away. Ross with that just full throttle mentality on the last green flag start, gets that gap he needs, and this is the difference here. Caffrey's coming down in 10th place. Ross here on point to take a win. I don't think he's won this season yet. It's going to definitely shake up the point standings with a perfect strategy for the 44 on points. Just needs to manage the gap now. Don't need a Nathan Biggert now closing in on the 88. I think Striker's falling to Biggert here. And he is. It's a couple tenths here and there. Lap 139, the fastest for Biggert. I'm sorry, 141. That's half a second there. Tracker coming across the line. We'll see if Biggert's starting to close in more. 7 laps to go for these guys. Biggert definitely gaining ground on the 88. A little bit of cloud cover there might cool off the tire a little bit, but Striker falling back pretty hard to the 19 here. To make that pass look pretty smooth there, Striker. No answer for the 19. Has pretty much used up his tire wear. 19 a little bit better there. Tire wear, he pitted way later than the 88 did. A couple laps later, I should say, which is a big difference. 5 to go for John Ross in the 44 Skoll Ford with the Bandit on the hood. That's probably the most Texas thing on the racetrack aside from the racetrack. It's kind of fitting, I think. Skoll Bandit there leading the field. 4 to go for John Ross. Mark with some wall. Biggert now trying to chase Ross down. Biggert, I think, is closing to Ross as well. I definitely don't think there's time for that. He's going to try everything he can, though. That's Mark Retchkin just ahead of him. Ross is way down there, that little dot there entering turn 3. Biggert is definitely too far to catch the number 44. Just great strategy. There's Sean Hammond on pace for a top 10, running 7th right now. Koblenitz running 8th. Delgado with just a major unfortunate crash early in the early going. But finishing out the race is Koblenitz. Rayburn back here, top 10 for him as well. Dakuna in 10th place here. It's 3 to go for John Ross. 2 laps to go for John Ross. I missed the whole lap somewhere. Song Key for first time win here in the season. For the 44. Ross, Biggert, Stryker, top 3 day, Burt, Pierce, Hammond, Koblenitz, Rayburn, Dakuna, top 10, rescuing your first car lap down. But it's going to be John Ross here taking the win, the Skull Bandit at Texas Motor Speedway with phenomenal pit strategy. Biggert in second, Stryker in third. Absolutely amazing for the 44. Do some donuts. Do some donuts. Don't park it. Do some donuts. Somebody tell them to do donuts. It's not a win until you do donuts in the start-finish line. I thought he was going to park it. John Ross, your race winner. Teammates doing some donuts. I'm assuming teammates, but man, burn it down. Pull these guys up here. Striker with a valiant effort here. A Striker in the 88 new paint. Walmart Hellman's car. I like that. I like them tires. Striker, you got me?
Yeah, I got you.
I dig the car, man. It stands out in a good way, especially the flat back, probably my thing there. I dig the tire contrast there. What's with the new paint?
Everybody's giving me grief on Discord. They said I should have ran a Target car, not a Walmart car. As you know, my lady sends me to Target at least 2 times a night, so
That'd have been fitting, I think.
yeah, I like that car. I saw it. It's a no painter in particular, but I liked it. figured I'd come out here and just bring out something different. I've had bad luck at Texas the last 2 times I come out here, so just trying to change the juju, see what we could do, and glad it looks pretty good on the track.
Nice and clean too. I think you might have scuffed the wall a time or two, but nothing crazy. Tell me about the race. Texas is a lot of guys don't like this track. My home track, but turn 1 and 2 a little tricky there. 3 and 4, you can almost flat it out. How did it go for you?
Texas is always fun. I'm one of the lovers of Texas. However, it's not one that gives you the love back. Today, it was on the looser side. The tire compound, it felt like it was of a harder compound this week. It took 4 or 5 laps for you to get any heat in the tires. And prior to that, you were getting a lot of understeer. And then as soon as you would get your right rear a little hot, you'd get oversteer. So you were fighting understeer and oversteer almost in the same corner. So it was just a matter of pacing yourself. As you could see, tires at the end were probably the most important. And that's what we were just trying to do. We were just trying to save as best as we could. I didn't manage them as good as I thought I was going to. But overall, that's what we were shooting for, just a decent finish with not damaging the car too much, keeping the tires in it.
Definitely check that box there. Top 3, clean car. Something I have trouble doing is I either top 3 or bring back a wrecked car. So it's a great job there. Especially with tire management, little strategy. The stage breaks kind of help us with the strategy there. And as you being one of the admins, maybe you can give us a little insight about stages next season. As I know we're about halfway here, but what is the league thinking about stages? I think a lot of us like it, maybe some don't.
It's kind of a 50-50. Some guys like them, some don't. Some want the old school style of NASCAR when there was no stages and everybody just. The only time you get any stages is when a caution comes out. I like them both. I was initially against them, but as we've run them more and more, the stages give you a little break. You can readjust. It's 3 races in one. So I'm liking it so far. As an admin, I don't make the decisions solely upon myself. We let the collective group, make a decision. As of this point, there might be. Now take this as with a grain of salt. There might be a slight adjustment to it. Instead of 2 stages, we might just go to 1. Make it a little bit longer runs, especially with this Cup Series. These guys are super solid. They enjoy the long runs. And as you can see, I think we only had 1 true caution. It was early. And then everything else was pretty clean for the most part. But stages are fun. It lets you take a breather, and then it restructures. If you've noticed, if you pay attention, you're going to see some of the guys run hard on one stage and then back off on the other. All they're doing is adjusting their strategy. So like I said, it's 3 races in 1 race: first stage, second stage, final one. So it's fun. It brings a little more strategy in it. But some of the guys that are better on tires want no stages. Agree.
Definitely appreciate some insight there that you're giving us. Tell us about the last stage, always the longest one. The pit entry here is not as hard as some of the tracks there. Heard you got on the radio a little scared about speeding there, but no penalty. Thank you. Thanks for that on your part. Good pit stop, all that. So what was your idea of staying out a little bit longer than some of these other guys?
I felt like I was slightly better than Ross on the longer run. The right before the pit, we were gaining on him. Me and Nate were both gaining on him. And he made the right call. He went in, he undercut us, went in, and obviously got that set of tires. I thought I would have enough towards the tail end of the run, enough laps to be able to get back to his bumper. When I went into the pits, I did go in a little bit hot. I was trying to get as much as I could. I think I went over a couple miles an hour. Luckily, iRacing didn't get me. It didn't feel super clean, but I'm never the best guy when it comes to getting in and out of pit road. However, we were able to pull back out. We got a 2 or 3 second lead on Nate, but he stayed out for a couple extra laps. And then he's super good at saving his tires, so he probably saved another 5 or 7 laps behind me while I was pressing to try to get Ross. And towards the tail end, he ended up running me down, and I had nothing left for Ross. It was more so just trying to cover the gap. It could have been like 10 seconds at one point. I think we got it down to about 4. But, after 25, 30 laps, you start to even out regardless how new or fresh these tires are. So he just did a great job. He had clean air out there. Nate was super fast today. There was a lot of guys that were fast. Jason Day, Jeremiah, Mark, he got collected. Odell, he got collected early. He had a good car, and then Mark Retchin was super fast. So there was a lot of fast guys out here. Today it was just tire wear and strategy. John Ross made the right call today. Not only did he have a good car, but he made the right call. So congrats to him. I think this is his first league win. I'm not 100% sure. I think, but I might be wrong. Either way, congratulations to John Ross. You definitely you whooped on us today. Good job. Yeah, you're absolutely right. The guys that we have here at ChopShop, they're solid round and round. If anybody's ever interested joining us, feel free to come to the Discord or Facebook, meet us. Obviously, subscribe and like to ChopShop_TV at YouTube. We appreciate everybody. Every like, every comment helps us achieve our stated goal, which is to continue to keep running. We want to thank all of our sponsors, Admin Box, B&B, Status, the Baller Status Boys, Fuego Paints, Dubby, MyThreeSons, which is our league sponsor. We love you, Sherry. I think I saw your chat there at the end that Jerry's taking you to this, I think the Wolf Lodge. You guys have fun. And appreciate you guys checking in, even on some family vacation time. But thanks to everybody. Make sure you subscribe to ChopShop, ChopShop_TV at youtube.com. And we thank you, Joe, for balling out like you always do. Appreciate it. You might have got. I think I'm hearing chipmunk, so I want to fix that on your voice.
Am I still
Let me
breaking
know.
up?
Maybe it's just not me, but okay. North Wilkesboro. That's a track I haven't run a lot. We ran it in the Xfinity Series. It was an awesome show. It's a great place to go. It's a legacy track. Rough, tight, not a lot of banking. Just the right type of track for this group of guys. So make sure you guys check in. Tire wear should be pretty heavy, but everybody's going to be fast. There should be a lot of bumping and banging, but obviously we're going to see who comes out on top. North Wilkesboro is going to be fun next week.
Awesome. Excited to see it. We'll see you running what we got next Gen 4s on Sunday, and then back to dirt on Monday, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We'll be back on dirt on Monday, trucks on Tuesday, and then back to Cup on Friday. So anybody interested, come on down.
Awesome. We'll see you there. Striker in the 88. Up next, Nathan Biggert putting a good charge late there, getting Striker. Just not enough time to catch John Ross with that massive gap he had pitting early. Nate, you got me?
Yeah, I got you, Joe.
What a fantastic race you ran today. It's kind of a straight shooter, it looked like here. A little bit of strategy. You told us you were being very patient after the second stage there. Maybe a difference of strategy if you could try it again. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, if I could go back, obviously I'd probably pit about 5 laps sooner. I think I just let him get away a little too much. I figured, just a 30 lap run at the end and I could push and I'd catch him, but I think they just pitted a little too extra early, and it gave them extra time to get further out on me. I didn't realize that they pitted that early, I guess, but hindsight's 2020, and I was going from my strategy, and I seen the only one I really noticed when they pitted was Stryker, because I almost ran him over because he didn't tell me he was pitting, but I figured I'd wait 5 laps after him, and that was my plan. Have a little bit fresher tire, and because I'm usually better. Them guys push, they hurt the tires, and I can usually run a little better. So that was what I was hoping for. And I think I was one of the fastest at the end of the run, at the end of the race. I was definitely catching John, just ran out of time, man.
Absolutely. Still a phenomenal, valiant effort there. Nice, clean car, top 3.
Yeah, I'm happy, man. And I think it was great racing. You know, fun group of guys to race with in the Chop Shop crew here. I really enjoyed tonight. I don't really enjoy the track, and basically feels great to come out on top of it at the end and to get a P2. I'm definitely stoked about it. This is awesome.
Definitely can't shrug off something, especially at a track that you're kind of unsure of or just not happy to be at. It's got to be a big confidence booster for the rest of the season. You're doing phenomenal, a good amount of wins there. What are your strategies for next week? It's a completely different track. We're going old school at North Wilkesboro. Probably a lot of contact going on, a very flat track, kind of difficult for some of us. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it, man. I love short track racing. It definitely gets the tempers up. There's gonna be some bumping and banging. People are gonna get wrecked, but you know if you can get over the drama and realize it's a race and we're all here having fun together, it just makes for just a lot of fun. You know, the next day you look back and it was just racing. You know, so I'm really looking forward to it. Now I know, like basically, I go into these races now the same way as this one is. Because I've won in the series, you know, just kind of like NASCAR Cup rules. You win and you're in the playoffs. So really, the only thing that benefits me now is to win stages and win races. So that was why I was saving in the beginning of the stage one. And if Caffrey wouldn't have got tires, man, that would have been nice because I could have got the first stage and the second. But luckily, I was able to get one stage win tonight, and I was I didn't get the win at the end, but did get a playoff point. So that's basically my strategy for the rest of the regular season is just try to get as many playoff points as I can because they definitely help you later on in these playoffs.
Absolutely set you up with a good buffer as the playoff starts, just in case anything goes awry. Appreciate the insight to you and next week as well, though. Give us some shout outs.
Yeah, give a shout out to the league themselves, John, Stryker, everyone that helps out with Chop Shop series, all the sponsorships. Sherry sponsors this league with MyThreeSons. Appreciate her. She's always watching all our races, putting on chat during the streams. Appreciate you, Sherry. Thank you for everything you do for us. Everyone else that helps out with Chop Shop with all the other series, I appreciate them too. You, Joe, Chop Shop TV. I think it's awesome that Chop Shop's getting their own broadcast system going up and you're doing it. I think you do a great job and can't wait to see where the future holds for the Chop Shop brand as a whole. You know, it's awesome to see it growing, doing all different things, and the sky's the limit. You know, I'm grateful to be here for not the beginning, but for the growth of it, and just looking forward to the future. And also just want to thank all the fans watching and supporting the Chop Shop League. And give a shout out to my mom, my number one fan.
Absolutely cannot forget the moms and wives and all that good stuff there. Thank you for the comments as well, and we're glad to have you here to see the growth. You're part of the growth, and it's phenomenal. The racing you guys put on is absolutely great.
Yeah, thanks. I'm happy to be a part of it.
Awesome. We'll see you, Nathan Biggert. Gen 4s on Sunday. Are you going to run dirt on Monday?
Yeah, absolutely.
Awesome. Dirt Monday, trucks Tuesday.
I got my first win last week, so.
And that's right, you did win. Awesome.
Yeah.
It's fantastic. You chalk that first one up, and then the rest kind of follow suit, right?
Let's hope so.
Awesome. Well, we'll see you in here. Get some more racing on. Thanks again for chatting with us.
Yeah, thank you.
Nathan Biggert here. On to John Ross, the winner at Texas, and it's kind of fitting. John Ross running the Skull Bandit car. Kind of fitting at Texas, right?
That's right, man. Yeah, appreciate it. Thank you.
I dig it. I as a Texas man myself, I think it just all fell into place. I absolutely love it. I am showing some favoritism here, but it's a Ford running a Texas scheme at Texas. I mean, it's awesome, right?
It was fantastic. Yeah, and but before we get started, man, I really want to apologize to Jeremiah. I went back and looked at that accident on lap 114. Looks like I hit the apron a little bit and got in the quarter panel on him and turned him sideways. So that was 100% my fault, and so I apologize to him.
Appreciate it there. I'm sure he does as well. We can double check there. But a little humility never hurts there, and I'm sure he'll thank you for that. John Ross, just a great strategy overall. I think. Was it more of a you had a plan going, or just kind of put your foot down the whole day?
Well, so that's a good question because on that with the stage breaks, with the 30 laps and 65 laps, I think it was kind of filling it out. You really had two options. You could downshift into fourth into one and two, or you could stay into fifth. And if you downshifted into one and two, you got a greater drive out of two, but it would burn more of the right rear tire. So if you stayed in the fifth, you would save some tire, but it would burn a little bit more of the right rear. So later on in the run, you would be a little pushy versus a little loose. So on the first stage, I just tried to sit back, see how the car would handle in dirty air, and I tried to stay in fifth gear, and I really did throughout. I tried a little bit on that second run to downshift into fourth, but it was burning a little bit too much right rear for me. So and I watched a great race. I saw Nathan and Stryker really battle for about 10 laps, and I told both of them, I said, I was watching you. I thought I'd have plenty of tire once you guys got it straightened out, and they just drove off and left me. So I think on that last run, it was be really slow, especially in three and four. Make sure I felt the right side of the car sit down before I really throttled out of the turn coming out of four. And I think that saved a lot of tire for me. And I just tried to short pit them a little bit, get in front of them, and it worked out to my benefit.
I definitely had some skepticism, I guess is the word.
Yeah.
When you were really charging, you, Burke, and Redskin were really putting the pressure on that last green flag drop for the last stage. A little doubt in my mind about how hard you guys were running, but you had a great plan. It looks like as the tires started to even out, those guys couldn't really gain that much ground on you, and it looks like you picked up on that quick with the pit stops coming through. You pitted much earlier than they did, and that gap you had was just sealed the deal.
Yeah, that's so great that you said that because that's exactly what I thought too. Because when I jumped out in front of them, and I wasn't driving that first stint of the last stint. I wasn't driving the car super hard, but once I got out in front and I had the clean air, I really looked at the lap times and I said, well, they're not gaining on me a lot. So if I can short pit them a little bit, gain 2 to 3 more seconds, I'll have a little bit of play with at the end. And it just happened that I was so lucky at the end to have some clean air that kept the clean air on the front of the tire. And honestly, Nathan and everybody, he was gaining on me like crazy at the end, but I knew he didn't have enough time. So I think we made the right call there, short pitting them, and I think it obviously it helped us out at the end.
Absolutely good strategy. Adjusting on the fly, that's a big thing. A lot of us, myself, I'm just horrible with strategy. I usually just follow people in. I can't think and drive at the same time. But adjusting strategy on the fly like that, it's a big key. Very smart racing there to recognize what's going on, checking times, all while turning laps here, going as fast as you guys go. Just phenomenal driving on the racetrack. Tell me with the end there, you're talking about the gap you had, and you recognize it might not be enough, but how do you manage a gap like that? At that point, you don't really have to push as hard. At what point do you recognize where you might need to start to go a little more?
Yeah, I think so. I knew with Jeremiah, I knew Jeremiah was in second, and since I had passed him and I was starting to pull away from him, I knew that if I had a good gap on him, to really watch the tires, especially on the exit of two and the exit of four, because if I could be a little slower, 3/4 throttle on the exit of two and the exit of four, then I could save tire. And I did not see those other guys on the relative. So once I started seeing those other guys, I just managed the gap as far as, I would really make sure I was hitting the apex of the turn well, making sure I did not slide the left side of the tires coming up, and really 3/4 throttle until I hit the straightaway and then full throttle. And I just tried to manage it as best I could to make sure that, because if you slide your tires and you get them hot, especially in these next gen cars, the next 2 to 3 laps until you cool them down are going to be terrible. So what I didn't want is a 2 to 3 tenths a lap dive into what my lead was. So I just tried to make sure that my exits were really strong and really soft, and make sure that those guys didn't catch me.
Awesome. That's pretty much gap management in a nutshell. You know they're going to eat into it. It's just mitigation at that point. So good job with that, and it paid off here at Texas. There next week, a completely different track. We're going short track racing, and a bit of a throwback at North Wilkesboro. I'm sure a little bit of temper will flare. We're definitely going to see some contact. What are your thoughts about next week?
Thank goodness I'm in the chase with this win tonight. That's what I think about next week. It is. It's going to be a short track where we're all going to be on top of each other. Tempers will flare. I think it's just managing your expectations, managing the damage if you get damage, and going in when you're supposed to go in. We had a great run. I fully think Chop Shop is an amazing league. I think we're going to have some green flag runs, so I think it's going to be really being quick, but passing safe and clean, and making sure you get plenty of room to people.
I appreciate the insight there, and having you with Chop Shop. You're part of what makes the league great, contributing to the growth. Give us some shout outs here.
Yeah, I appreciate that. First of all, again, I want to apologize to Jeremiah. We talked a little bit, after the race, and certainly apologize. I went back and looked at it, and that was my fault, man. So Jeremiah, I apologize. My Wild Man crew, Christian Delgado, Leroy Koblenz, always in the chat with me. Roman is there with me as well. So certainly appreciate those guys, and thank you to the Chop Shop crew. Like I said, I was talking to Stryker earlier, and I know they've got some fantastic things going for next year. So the message is great. The league is great. We need the drivers, and so come in. Message these guys. Let's get rolling. We got a couple of races to the end of the season. Plenty of opportunity to come in and race with us. So let's go. And first of all, and lastly, appreciate you, man. Really great broadcast. I watch it every single week after the races. So really, thank you.
Awesome. I appreciate the support for Chop Shop and the kind words there. I'm glad to have you guys on the racetrack. You guys are what make it easy for me. You put the show on. I just call what's going on, and it's a fantastic show. So we'll see you. You ever thought about some racing some dirt with us on Mondays?
I do. I actually in real life, I actually ran dirt. So I certainly thought about that, but I don't know, man. To be continued.
A question mark at the end of that one, so we might see a John Ross appearance on Mondays.
Yeah, appreciate that, man. Thank you very much.
Absolutely. We'll catch you next week.
All right. Thank you, sir.
John Ross putting on a great finale here at Texas. The Skull Bandit taking the win. Just an amazing race. I had fun. I want to see. I might have missed it or called it and just forgot about it, which is completely could have happened. But he's talking about lap 143, I believe he said, where he got into Burke, a little bit of apron, and then into Burke. I'm going to cheat and use the simulator. So there's 143. There's I might be wrong on what lap it was. I might have heard it wrong. So there's Ross, and Burke is pretty far back. There's Ross in 3. Stretch. Burke. Yeah, I'm not too sure what lap it was, because he's this ahead of him. Oh, there they go. They're a little closer. There we go. I might have been. So Burke's ahead of Ross. I don't think I caught this. They might be talking about another lap. I remember Burke getting into somebody a little tight there. Crazy. Oh, there we go. Okay, yeah, I definitely did not see. I don't think I caught that at all, or I just don't remember. Just hard racing, that's all that is. Dove it in, caught a little apron, shot him up. Good catch by Burt, though. Just hard racing there, nothing crazy going on. But good run by Ross there. We'll take a look at the race results. Ross takes it with the Skull Bandit. Biggert in second. Stryker in third. Day, Burt, Pierce, Hammond, Hublinets, Rayburn. Good run by Rayburn there. Dacuna top 10. Good job by Dacuna. Mark Richkin, Silas Caffrey trying something there. Hoping for a yellow at the end. Doesn't get it. Relegates to 13th. Legato 14th. Roberge, O'Dell and Dario off the racetrack very early going after that early crash. I'm sure Cameron had a lot of right front suspension. After hitting the wall like that, Mark O'Dell got a good chunk of that as well. That's going to do it here for ChopShop TV, though. Fantastic racing at Texas Motor Speedway. These guys put on a show. Absolutely phenomenal. Good I believe first win. I forgot to ask him, but I know it's first win this season. I think it's the first league win. Like Stryker said, I'm not too sure. But Ross is locked into the playoffs. That eases up a lot of pressure on him, so he can take it a little more easy. Go for some stage points, playoff points these next few races. Don't forget, today's Friday. Gen 4s on Sunday. Gen 4s are at... I'm going to see. I should have it written down. Where's Gen 4? Did Chicagoland, Richmond, Bristol. Yeah, that's right. Gen 4 is at Bristol, so that's going to be here as well. Bristol night race. Gen 4s, that's going to be pretty wild, I think. Very powerful cars. I have not seen that car on that track as of yet. Dirt racing with Jason on Signature Esports on Mondays. Yeah, just a little bit. He's